Hi, welcome to the Oak Grove Theater's third and final winter play reading for 2021. This year we'll be reading James Caputo's Love at Any Age, 3 one-act plays, At Rise, Hello Mom, and A Special Occasion. Jim was an active member of the local theater community here for many years before he was transferred to California. We really miss you, Jim. I'm Terry Southerington, and I'll be your director for today. So before we begin, a couple of housekeeping details. First of all, I'd like us to say a special thank you to our offstage crew, Morgan Alberts Smith, who did the publicity and designed the logo for today, Corey McDaniel, hi Corey, our stage manager, and Patrick Smith, our technical video guru. And of course, especially to Jim for allowing us to read his plays. There's Patrick. All right. I'm Terry Southerington. I will be your director for today, and a few housekeeping details before we begin. Oh, I said that already, didn't I? Live theater. So, as is our custom, the play readings are unrehearsed. Actors may not completely match their character descriptions. Actors will turn their cameras on and off as they enter and leave the stage, and I'll be reading stage directions. There will be a brief 5-minute intermission between the first and second play. Now, if for any reason an actor loses their connection, Corey will read in until we can get them reconnected. If we have any major technical difficulties, we will resume as soon as possible. Please go to our Facebook page and check for updates. And of course, don't forget to stay tuned briefly afterwards for the promised announcements. Now, our casts for today are Paul Southerington and Aaron Tapscott-Stabell as the young man and woman in At Rise, Matt Kleintasky and Laura Pyle as the middle-aged man and woman for Hello Mom, and Tom Wagner, Emily Gerard, and Jacob Wine as our older man and woman and waiter for A Special Occasion. Okay, off we go with Aaron and Paul at Rise.
At Rise. No, start with setting. Setting. Lounge adjacent to a hotel bar. Always rank with possibilities. A mirrored wall upstage is surrounded by French polished walnut paneling. Should that be polished French walnut? No. 5 small but elegant tables are occupied by an assortment of the international community. The room reverberates with the low-pitched hubbub of conversation from the literati and glitterati. Glitterati is not a recognizable word. Try spell check. No, I don't want castrati. The room reverberates with the high-pitched falsettos of the castrati. At Rise.
A woman enters with a long-necked bottle of beer. The man doesn't notice. He types.
John, a successful author, sits enjoying his single malt.
The man sips his beer and tries to think of his next line. The woman sits at an adjacent table. She looks around and speaks into a small tape recorder.
Title of play, The Loneliness of the Long-Distance Traveler. No, too long. New title, Adventures Me. New title, The Futile Maiden. No, who the hell would go see that? The Fertile Maiden? Maybe. The Frustrated Maiden? Got it. SEX. That will get the script read. Setting, a cocktail lounge. A sumptuous room containing 5 tables. No, keep it simple to encourage production. Black box, 3. No, 2 tables suggest a cocktail lounge. Serena. No. Joan, a woman of everyday life, sits nursing her light beer at the next table.
At the next table, Jane. No. Gabriella. Yes. Gabriella. At the next table, Gabriella sits. She is tall, slim, elegant, almond-shaped eyes adorn a Modigliani face.
The woman has taken a compact from her purse and is checking her face. She picks her teeth, makes funny faces, checks for wrinkles, sucks her teeth, looks for nose hair.
Her skin speaks of the Mediterranean, with undertones of Kalamati olives. She sips her champagne cocktail.
The woman takes a swig from a beer bottle, slams the bottle down, and begins to record.
At rise. Joan, a woman of everyday life, sits nursing her light beer. At the next table sits a nerdy fellow traveler playing solitaire on his laptop.
At rise?
Excuse me?
At rise. Did you say at rise?
At rise. Yes, I said at rise. You recognize at rise?
I'm a playwright.
You must be. You recognized at rise.
Well, I'm not really a playwright. I haven't had anything produced.
Yet.
Yes, yet.
I'm a playwright too.
I surmised. At rise.
Yes, sort of a password, isn't it?
Yes, a normal person wouldn't recognize it.
No, not at all.
Have you had anything produced?
No, not yet.
No, me too.
But I had a reading.
A reading?
Yes, a reading.
I'd sell my soul for a reading.
Do I detect a mammoth rhythm?
To our conversation?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
Was that a pause?
Yes. Mammoth pauses.
Pinter pause.
His are longer. I'm here for a playwriting workshop.
Awakening the flame within.
Yes, at the Ritz-Carlton.
Across the street.
And down the block.
To grandmother's house we go.
What? Oh, I couldn't stay there. I'm staying here.
Me too. The rate is half as much.
Yes, well, then there is that too. I mean, I didn't say why I couldn't stay there.
Why would they have a playwriting conference at the Ritz-Carlton? Any playwright who can afford to stay there doesn't need a workshop.
Do you think Mammoth stays there?
He could afford it.
No doubt.
Yes.
Yes.
Was that a pause?
No, I was thinking.
Ah,
I don't think I have a flame.
a flame?
Flame within.
Oh, that's a pity.
An ember, perhaps.
That's better than nothing.
Do you have one?
One what?
A flame.
Oh, yes.
What size?
Rather large, I would say.
Large.
Huge, like a roaring barn fire.
It's a little chilly over here. Do you mind if I move to your table?
Feel free.
He crosses to her table and sits.
At rise. You were saying at rise.
Into this. I carry it with me everywhere I go.
I carry this with me wherever I go.
I walk into a room, I want to start a play.
I too was starting a play.
You were?
In this room.
I see.
I wasn't playing solitaire.
We're back to Mammoth again.
We're playwrights.
I feel like Rebecca Pigeon.
I don't know who I am.
No contractions. David doesn't like contractions.
I do not know who I am.
That is better. Try William Macy.
I was thinking Alec Baldwin.
Try William Macy.
Okay. Delete John, successful author. Insert William. Pasty-faced, baggy-eyed, insurance salesman. Delete enjoying single malt. Insert drinking beer while contemplating suicide.
There, you see, now you have a dynamic going. You have conflict.
Yes, thank you. I see why you've had a reading. Your turn.
Okay. Delete Joan, A woman of everyday life sits nursing her beer, awaiting adventure. Insert Rebecca, annoyingly quirky and strangely wide-eyed. She never smiles and speaks in a monotone staccato manner. She sits sipping her tea, awaiting nothing.
Waiting nothing? Where's the dynamic? Where's the conflict?
You're right. Lose Rebecca. But who?
David uses so few women.
His plays are like the Last Supper.
Excuse me?
Man, man, man. Maybe I should be a man.
No, romantic comedies are in. That's what's selling now. Learned that at the last seminar. Follow your literary bliss.
Then we need to lose Mamet.
Not a whole lot of laughs in Mammoth.
Glengarry Glen Ross?
None. American Buffalo.
0. Winslow Boy?
Nada. Hannibal.
A barrel of laughs.
Not much romance either.
At least not the right kind. Do you have one?
A romance?
A literary bliss.
It's questionable.
I have one.
I'll bet it's big.
It's huge.
Like a barn?
No, like a symphony orchestra with blaring brass, booming percussion, and screaming strings.
He is momentarily transfixed.
You were saying?
I was. Oh, yes. Romantic comedies. They're hot.
Romantic comedy. Nora Ephron.
Nora Ephron, Meg Ryan.
Great. Delete Rebecca, annoyingly quirky. Insert Meg, delightfully quirky.
Yes, and delete strangely wide-eyed. Insert beguilingly wide-eyed.
Delete she never smiles. And insert she always smiles.
Delete she speaks in a monotone staccato manner, and insert she speaks in an enthusiastic, charming manner.
She sits sipping her tea.
Wine? White wine? Meg always drinks white wine, and she always gets a little tipsy. I'll be right back. Hey, this is fun.
He takes the beers
Yes.
and exits.
Yes, it is. Meg sits awaiting the return of the interesting man whom she has just met, Tom Hanks. Tom, although not what would be considered a looker, is charming in a man-boy sort of way. His shy manner, the perfect foil for her gammon-like perkiness. He has, in his unassuming way, awakened in her long-forgotten feelings. She enjoys this moment of revelation, not quite understanding the stirrings within. Are they maternal or otherwise? Do they emanate from her head, her heart, or elsewhere? If elsewhere, they couldn't be maternal. Or could they? Stop, Shakespeare already wrote that one. Meg's self-analysis must cease, however, for Tom is about to enter stage left with a glass of Chardonnay.
And the man enters with 2 glasses of wine.
I hope Meg likes Chardonnay.
Meg loves Chardonnay. Thank you, Tom.
Tom?
You're Tom now.
I thought I was William.
Meg and William Macy? I don't think so.
Eat William. Insert Tom. I assume it's all right if Tom drinks wine?
He reaches
No.
for his wine, but she snatches it.
No.
I just bought it.
No wine. Tom drinks Coke. Cherry Coke. I'll get one.
She exits.
Why don't you make it a Roy Rogers? Delete. Pasty-faced, baggy-eyed insurance salesman drinking beer while contemplating suicide. Insert. What am I? To be developed. He sits staring into space. Something is happening. He's not quite sure what. A really cute girl is buying him a drink. That's never happened to him before. A woman buying him a drink. And she's really cute. But it's only a Coke. Maybe that doesn't count. Yes, it does. It does. It counts. Yes, but why would she do that? She's really cute. There's only one explanation. You are traveling through a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone. Oh my God, that's plagiarism. Delete, delete, delete.
Looking off stage right and typing.
He has no time to think further because the really cute woman is about to enter stage right.
She enters stage left. The Coke with a cherry.
Stage left. I entered stage left.
I can never keep that straight.
It's easy. Look, if we were in a play right now, that would be the fourth wall.
Fourth wall?
And the audience would be out there. So as you're facing the audience, stage left is on your left and stage right is on your right.
But what if we were doing theater in the round?
That's why we have directors. To be developed?
Yeah. Who am I?
It's your play. Why ask me?
Aren't we collaborating?
Are we? I don't know. Do you want to?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You should be the lead. You've had a reading.
All right. To recap, a man walks into a bar. He sits, he stares into space and says, I'm stuck.
I'm stuck.
No, I'm stuck. No, me. I don't know what he says. We have to wait
For what?
till he tells me what he wants to say.
Confused, the man looks around.
Until who tells you what he wants to say?
The character, the man in the bar. Any suggestions?
I'll have a beer.
The woman gives the man a look and awaits inspiration. He stares intently at her.
He's not saying anything. Let's bring a woman into the bar.
He needs someone to talk to. Woman enters. Stage left or stage right?
Neither. Never give stage directions unless they're necessary. Directors don't like being told what to do. That's why they're directors.
So if they liked being told what to do, they'd be actors?
No, they really don't like being told what to do.
So then what does the director do?
Nobody knows. Now, where are we?
Two people meet in a bar. What are they? These two people, what do they do?
I don't know yet.
Oh, right. They haven't told you. Perhaps we need an outline. Did you take outline your way to Broadway?
No, when was that?
2 years ago, right at the same hotel. Outlines provide discipline and structure. We must decide who these people are, what they want. We need an outline, a plot.
I don't work that way. I'm a stream of consciousness writer. I like to start with a character or two in a room, give them a line of dialogue, and let them tell the story.
It offends my sense of world order.
I'm the lead, remember?
Oh, yes, you've had a reading. So here we go. We've got a bar, we've got two people, a man, a woman, and...
The man speaks.
What does he say?
At rise.
At rise. That's his opening line. At rise? You won't believe this, but when I first walked in tonight, I said, at rise. It was the first thing I said. It was my opening line.
Life imitating art.
No, I said it first. Art is imitating life.
But are we art or life? Aristotle said an artist imitates things as they ought to be.
That's for the audience to decide. Okay. Two playwrights meet in a bar. He says, at rise.
What are you doing?
I know what he says next. I just said it.
Oh, well, then she says at rise, and he says,
Don't tell me, I remember.
they're playwrights. They begin to collaborate on a play. That's the surface. But what's the subtext?
What?
The subtext. What lies underneath the written word?
The paper? Just a little humor. I know what subtext is. I took a seminar. Subtext. The underground way to Broadway.
for the 7th Avenue line, what is subtext?
It's what critics love to write about. Oops, never talk about critics. Delete.
It is what is being said that is not being said. That's the real play.
Yeah, well, on page 12, he's thinking a really cute girl is buying him a drink. That's never happened to him before. A woman buying him a drink, and she's really cute.
So he's attracted to her?
Oh, yes, he is attracted to her.
How much is he attracted to her?
He is really huge. Do you think she's attracted to him?
Is she attracted to him? Interesting question.
Yes, I thought so.
Because if she were attracted to him, we might have some subtext.
Oh,
It wouldn't be very deep.
the attraction?
No, the subtext. In fact, it would be just barely below the surface.
Shallow subtext.
Hardly worth a critic's mention, unless
Yes, unless
she manifests her attraction to him in an unusual manner.
violent love is a nymphomaniac. She rips off his clothes and takes him on top of the table.
No,
2 tables?
no,
Please. I love the table idea. Remember the postman always rings twice? Jack and Jessica Lange on the kitchen table, flour flying everywhere. We don't have any flour, but we've got these sugar packets.
I'm not Jessica Lange. I'm Meg Ryan, and Meg wouldn't do that.
You haven't seen In the Cut yet.
No,
Right. These tables are ridiculously small. Change tables to floor.
no, that's typical blatant masculine fantasy and patently credulous.
You don't like it? I like it. I can see it in my mind.
I'll bet you can. Look, that wouldn't be subtext. My God, that's so obvious. It would be uber text.
Uber text? I must have missed that seminar.
I've got it. Her attraction is manifested by the awful way she treats him.
She likes him, so she treats him awful.
Yes, you idiot. Why do I have to repeat myself?
Sorry, I wasn't sure I understood the concept.
You wouldn't understand a concept if it came up and bit you in the ass.
Now see here.
Shut up and type, shit for brains.
Shit for brains. Oh, I get it. When you called me, what was it you called me?
Shit for brains?
Yes, that's it. When you called me that, it was really a term of endearment. You like me.
Term of endearment? You think that was a term of endearment? You really are an asshole.
Oh, yes, she really likes me.
No, you're not supposed to understand that. If you understand that, then there's no conflict and the subtext is lost. Get it?
I think so. Bitch.
What? Bitch? You called me a bitch?
It's a term of endearment, jackass.
You're hopeless.
Thank you.
Where are we?
Page 19.
I don't mean what page. I mean, where are we in terms of the storyline? Page 19? Really?
Yes, why?
We have a problem. At the usual rate of a minute a page, we've been sitting here for 19 minutes.
That's a problem, poo-poo pants.
Stop that. By God, you're dense. You don't even know how to curse. Yes, that's a problem.
I assume this is really your way of beguiling me. Why is it a problem?
This play is too static. You can't have 2 characters sitting around talking for 19 minutes. Don't use beguiling anymore.
It's not my fault we've been sitting around. If you recall, I suggested sex on the floor. What's wrong with beguiling?
You already used that on page 10. There are certain words that cannot be used more than once in any given script. Beguiling is one. Sex on the floor is out of the question. That would eliminate the entire community theater market.
Community theater, who cares? Is there a published list of those words? Can I get a copy?
Who cares? Do you know what the odds are of a play being performed on Broadway? Do you mind if we get up while I explain the facts of life to you?
She pulls him up and escorts him downstage right.
Where are we going?
No place. This is just to provide visual stimulation, just to keep the audience engaged.
We need motivation. You can't send actors around the stage willy-nilly for the sake of visual stimulation. You have to give the actors motivation.
Okay, pretend there's a buffet table here, and on the table is a plate of cheese. You have come here to eat the cheese.
What kind of cheese?
What kind? What the hell's the difference? Only an actor would ask a question like that. Cheddar, you're not an actor, are you?
Making the
God
sign of the
forbid.
cross.
The odds of getting a play getting to Broadway are astronomical. Here, there are about 36 theaters in the Broadway area, and they average 2 productions a year. That's 72. Half of these productions are revivals. That leaves 36.
Got any crackers?
Of the 36, half are musicals, reviews, and concerts. That leaves 18. Of those 18, an average of 16 are written by a small group of established playwrights. That leaves 2 slots for people like you and me. Of those 2 go to relatives of producers. How many does that leave?
Are you trying to discourage me?
Even if somehow your play gets to Broadway, some SOB from the New York Times will pan it and close the show overnight.
What if my play is great?
Doesn't matter. His mind will be half made up before he gets to the theater. If he's never heard your name, you're toast. Unless, of course, you went to Yale, but that's another story. No, you have to build a name. You have to establish wins at lower levels and work your way up. It's no different than the Westminster Dog Show.
I told you you should never criticize a critic in a script. It's suicidal.
Come with me.
She leads him to downstage left.
Where are we going?
Over here.
More visual stimulation?
Stimulation? Not exactly. By moving downstage right, we provided that part of the audience an up-close and personal experience. Simultaneously, we caused a great deal of anxiety for the folks sitting on this side. They felt cheated, disenfranchised. A wife gave her husband a look, or that "I told you we should have sat over there" look.
But now we even things out.
Exactly.
But what's my motivation?
Another buffet table.
More cheese?
Nuts.
He stares, waiting for an answer to the question. He dare not ask.
Cashews. Where were we?
The Westminster Dog Show?
Broadway. Right. You can't get to Broadway without first building a reputation, and you do that by winning playwright festivals and competitions. And if the gods are smiling on you, you get your play produced by a storefront or a community theater. So don't knock small theaters, because they are who you are waiting for, my friend.
I'm writing for myself.
And you're writing about yourself. But in the end, without that audience, it's all a useless vanity. So you take whatever stage you can get, even if it's the corner of a coffee shop where your audience is too busy ordering their lattes to listen.
Too busy ordering their lattes to listen. That's good. Okay, so we have the classic boy meets girl plot. They meet, they express an interest in each other, so that gives us the boy gets girl step. And now they disagree, which moves us to the final step. Boy gets girl back.
We don't.
We don't? We can't leave it at that.
We must. Happy endings are out. Critics hate happy endings. They have no gravitas. Cutting edge theaters hate happy endings.
We won't try for the cutting edge theaters.
They all think they're cutting edge theaters.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Which of us has had a reading?
You're going to throw that in my face once too often. Look, we have to follow the plot line. It's classic. There are only 36 plots known to man. It's like the table of elements.
Kipling thought there were 69. And Vonnegut says there's only one. It's all nonsense.
You're screwing with the fundamental forces of the universe.
That's good. Put that in. The audience will like that.
Because the audience will like it? I'm writing for myself, remember? Why are you writing?
Good question. I don't know. I started out thinking I was going to make a lot of money.
Money? In theater? Ha!
Then I thought immortality would be nice. If I could just get a play published, perhaps little theaters would do it every now and then, long after I'm gone. Hell, I don't know what the point is. Why am I still at it? Why do we bother?
Because we're writers. That's what we do. We write. Sure, we hope for money, fame, and immortality, but take all that away, and you would still find us locked in our closets, struggling for the next word, the next line, the next scene. We write because we must. We write because there's something inside us that demands to get out. We write because we have to. We write because we think we can, for the glow of accomplishment. Because when you have your mojo, when the words flow, when you can't type fast enough, when your head is bursting with ideas, when you awake in the middle of the night with a line, there is nothing better, nothing more exciting. It is our drug of choice, our martini, our climactic apogee.
Now, wow, where did that come from? Maybe you should take the lead.
Me? You think so?
Mojo? I think so.
I can do that, you know. I can take the lead. If you want me to.
Let's give it a shot.
All right then. So,
He stretches his fingers and prepares to type. He leans over the keyboard.
here we go. Prepare to be amazed. I am to this laptop what Paganini was to the piano.
Paganini was a violinist.
I knew that. Here we go. It's coming. It's coming. It's not coming. I'm blocked.
It looks like you left your mojo at home.
That's not helpful.
Sorry.
That's not what one expects from a partner.
I said I'm sorry.
This collaboration is not working.
Kaufman and Hart, we're not.
We're more like Simon and
Garfunkel?
Albie.
They don't collaborate.
Neither do we.
Do you want to split up?
I think it would be in our best interest.
Why do people always say that?
We can still be.
Don't say it. This is incredible. When did we meet? A half hour ago?
He checks the laptop.
26 pages ago. At least you got what you wanted.
What's that?
The unhappy ending.
Right. Just what I wanted. Well, that's it then.
She rises to leave.
Maybe I'll see you at the next seminar. I'd like that.
Yeah, maybe.
She starts to exit.
Oh, about that block, I find it helpful to go back to the basics. What you know.
Excuse me?
We write what we know, what we are.
We are what we write.
If that were true, we'd be actors.
Sometimes I wonder.
Are you sure you're not an actor? That's what's going on here, isn't it? Look straight ahead. What do you see?
A wall?
Not just any wall, the fourth wall. A good actor, a really good actor, does not see the audience. He sees a wall in all its detail. In this set, he would see a sconce here, a mirror here, another sconce here.
There is a sconce there, mirror there, sconce there.
That's good. Very good. Oh, you're good.
Good? There's a wall here.
He does the wall mime and then knocks on the wall.
See? Knock, knock.
He bangs on the wall.
See? Bang, bang. Oops.
His arm extends through the wall.
You broke the fourth wall, a common convention.
Shoddy construction.
Shoddy acting.
Shoddy writing when overused.
Just like an actor to blame the text.
Just like a playwright to blame the actor.
He peeks through the hole and the house lights come up to half.
What are you doing?
I want to see what's on the other side.
You're not supposed to do that.
I think I see something.
Don't tell me I don't want to know.
Surprised, he withdraws his head and the house lights go back down.
Holy shit, there are people out there.
This is extremely dangerous.
No, it's all right. They look like you and I.
I don't like this one bit.
There is nothing to be afraid of.
I'm losing my sense of place.
I think we belong out there.
I'm melting.
For God's sake, you're not Glinda the witch.
He leads her towards the hole.
No, I'm really melting.
It's these lights. Why are there so many lights?
We need these lights. They're our existence.
Don't be afraid.
He makes the hole larger. As he leads her through it, the house lights come up to half. They begin to exit towards the audience and pause.
Is there enough light?
We have to make our own light now.
Why isn't anyone saying anything?
They have nothing to say.
They need scripts.
They rarely read.
We can write scripts for them.
They rarely read.
Do they listen?
Just to the radio.
Then we'll start a talk show.
They
Jim.
start towards the audience again and freeze as a voiceover.
Jim, dinner's ready.
Man, in a minute, backspace, backspace, backspace. They walk backwards to page 28 position for the following lines. The house lights down when they pass back through the wall.
Just like a playwright to blame the actor.
He peeks through the hole again.
What are you doing?
I want to see what's on the other side.
You're not supposed to do that.
I think I see something.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
It's very dark.
This is extremely dangerous. I'm losing my sense of place. I'm melting.
For God's sake, get a grip. You're not Glinda the Witch. As Mrs. Robinson said to Benjamin, don't be afraid, it's only a hole.
What?
To the audience,
I think we're getting a little tired here. Can we call it a night?
the director
Okay,
enters
people,
from
when
the
you start-
audience.
When you start ad-libbing, it's time to go home. Besides, we've used up our 30 minutes.
Can we leave Mrs. Robinson line in?
No, you cannot leave that in. Are you nuts? The playwright would go bonkers. This would be the last play I ever direct for him.
The director gathers up the props.
I don't think so. It sounds like something Jim would write.
Are you implying I don't have a thought in my head?
You're an actor, aren't you?
Come on, baby. I'll buy you a drink on the way home.
Okay, sweetheart.
Okay, love of my life.
Okay, shit for brains.
Okay, poo-poo pants.
Alone on the stage, the director sits at the laptop watching them exit. He freezes at the voiceover.
Jim, get away from that computer and come down here. Everything's getting cold.
Yeah, just one more minute. I can't make up my mind about the ending.
The director types.
Man and woman exit stage right, or is it left? Right. Man and woman exit stage left. End of play.
The director goes to the fourth wall, turns off one sconce. The lights go to half. He pauses at the center mirror, runs his hand through his hair, and freezes at the voiceover.
I'm coming.
It's about time.
And blackout. End of play. Okay, thanks to Patrick for being our director and for Tom and Emily for being our offstage voices. Didn't introduce them at the beginning because I didn't want to give away the ending. So we now have a 5-minute break. Have fun and join us for the rest of the show. See you soon.
Welcome back. Hope you had a nice break. Now, here's Laura and Matt for Hello, Mom. The setting, 2 chairs and a coffee table in a coffee shop. At Rise, the woman is seated with a crossword puzzle and her coffee, middle-aged and speaking into her cell phone.
Hi, Mom. What's new? So, what should be new? Mama, don't start. How's your health? Uh-huh. 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 Mrs. Green. Mama, just your ills, please. Uh-huh. 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 That's it? Good. No, I mean, the list is shorter than last week. Ah, you forgot. Uh-huh. 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 So when you see the doctor, are you telling him all this? What do you tell him? Me. You tell him about me. Mama, he's fat, he's old, and he smells of liver. Mama, I don't even like onions. Mama, please try to remember I don't need a man. When? When they stop making batteries? I said when the right one comes along. Yes, I'll keep an open mind. Mom, I gotta run. Yes, Mother, you'll be the first to know. Love you, Mom. Bye.
She returns to her crossword. A man, also middle-aged, approaches with a tabloid.
Are you adventurous?
Excuse me?
I'm steady and reliable.
What?
Steady and reliable. I'm steady and reliable.
I'm sure you are. Now go away.
So you're not adventurous?
No.
Are you lady in waiting?
Yes, I'm waiting for you to disappear.
I'll take that as a no.
Take it any way you like. Just take it and leave.
You're not adventurous, you're not lady in waiting, and you're obviously not full-figured, gal.
Excuse me?
I circled all 3, you see?
Ah, the personals.
Yes, but now I can't remember if it's adventurous uptown for coffee, lady in waiting old town for lunch, and full-figured gal downtown for cocktails, or adventurous old town for lunch, lady in waiting downtown for cocktails, and full-figured gal uptown for coffee?
3 in one day, the shotgun approach.
Or perhaps it's adventurous downtown for cocktails, lady in waiting uptown for coffee, and full-figured gal old town for lunch.
No.
No.
Full-figured gals do not lunch with men.
Then how do they become full-figured?
It's a mystery.
What to do?
Yes, a real dilemma. Pity, really. We live in a world full of conflict, poverty, death, horror, and now this. How do you men stand it?
It's not easy being a man.
I know. What fresh hell will descend upon you next? Perhaps locusts?
Locusts? Ah, you're having a bit of fun with me. Good sense of humor. I like that in a woman. Say, by chance, you wouldn't happen to be fun and games?
No. You made a 4th appointment?
No, she wasn't home when I called. But she had a most amusing recording on her machine. Sorry I can't come to the phone. Leave a message at the tone. My dog's in need of a juicy bone. So duty called and I am gone.
Hilarious.
You really think so? No, you're not fun and games.
No, I'm often grumpy.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's not a disease. It's very useful. I find it keeps fools at bay.
Oh, yes, of course. I didn't mean, well, I just meant that, well, I was just trying to convey my,
You're hovering.
What?
Don't hover. Sit.
He sits. She returns to her puzzle. He tries to read over her shoulder.
I too am often grumpy.
No, you're not. You're steady and reliable.
Bitch. Female canine, 23 across. I am steady and reliable. That's my curse. My wife said I was so steady and reliable, I was boring. That's why she left me. I tried to change. I even stopped wearing socks, but my shoes would stick to the bottom of my feet. I tried not putting the rubbish out the night before collection, but then I would lie awake all night worried that I might not wake up in time and miss the bin wagon. Then I thought I would vary my routine, come home early and surprise my wife. One day I did, but she surprised me instead.
Ooh, and you filed for divorce?
No, I thought everyone's entitled to a mistake. Perhaps I just hadn't changed enough. So I took a sensuality class. The instructor suggested I not wear underwear. I said, no way, I draw the line at socks. I have enough sticky parts now. I compromised and bought something called a thong. I'd never seen one before. I looked at that thing and thought, well, what the heck? That night, I took off my pants in front of my wife, and she ran out of the apartment. I now know I was wearing it backwards.
I should think that wouldn't be possible for a man.
Oh, it is. I mean, if you line things up just right, you see, first...
I don't want to know.
Anyway, it was a disaster. Apparently, in my quest to change, to become interesting, I accidentally overshot the mark and landed on full-blown pervert. Me! I didn't know whether to be ashamed or proud. It didn't matter. The next day, she sent some guy named Brad to pick up her things. I noticed Brad was not wearing socks.
So you're separated?
No, divorced. I'm pretty sure Brad wasn't wearing underwear either. I'm divorced 1 year today. Today, I begin anew. That's why I am, how did you put it, shooting the shotgun?
You haven't dated in a year? Was that a mourning period?
Well, I thought I'd wait.
For what?
In case she changed her mind.
By God, you are reliable. And a man to boot.
Oh, with your attitude, I'm surprised you're still married.
Oh, I'm not. This is just a remnant, a vestige of a past life. A life of lies and deceit, broken promises and hurt. Deep, deep hurt. I wear it as a reminder.
I stopped wearing mine today. If I need a reminder of hurt, I'll go back to that thong. I wore the ring up till now, in case she changed her mind.
You must love her very much.
I don't really, but I made a commitment.
What? Did you say commitment?
I suppose I never did love her. I wanted to, but I never got there.
I could have sworn the word commitment came out of your mouth. Got where?
That special place. That place where your every waking moment centers around her. That place where you are physically moved at her sight. Where, when you are in the same room, no one else exists. That place of wonderment.
I'm afraid you're a hopeless romantic. No relationship could meet those expectations. The best one can hope for is a mate that keeps his pecker in his pants and doesn't soil the sheets.
My God, surely there's more to marriage than that. What has made you so bitter?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe men. So when I'm looking for that place, I buy a paperback. But I do admire your attitude. Can I hear you say commitment again?
You have a unique sense of humor when you let your guard down.
I never let my guard down. I'm assuming we are speaking small g.
Is there a large G in your life?
Yes, Gucci. What about you? Is there a large G in your life?
Not now, but I was raised a Baptist. We cleanse your perversions with total immersions.
Total immersions, but they don't let you take your clothes off. I've seen pictures of people wading into the river wearing suits.
Suits. You're baptized in a suit. You go to church in a suit. You're even buried in a suit. Never understood why people get buried in a suit, but they always do. They lie there looking like they're about to go to a business meeting.
I never gave it a thought, but it's true.
When I go, I want to be laid out in a nice tweed jacket with leather elbow patches and a few bob in my pocket in case I have to buy around. I don't know where I'm going, but it sure as hell isn't to a business meeting.
His cell phone rings.
Hello? Yes, and you are? Ah, adventurous. It's adventurous. You're in Old Town. Oh, I'm afraid I got my locations mixed up. I'm awfully sorry. I am reliable usually. Perhaps I can buy you a drink some other time. Stick it? No, really, why don't you calm down? Why don't I? To myself?
He hangs up and puts the phone on the table.
Well, there'll be no adventure for my life today.
Or anytime soon, by the sound of it.
Do you know what she told me to do?
Yes, and it would solve your dating problem.
I'm off to fetch a cup of tea. May I get you another?
Double no fat grande, easy on the phone.
Double fat latte grande, easy on the phone.
The man repeating her order goes out. The woman returns to her puzzle. His cell phone rings. His cell phone rings. She tries to ignore it, but eventually she answers it.
Hello. Mr. Reliable stepped out for a moment. No, this is not his secretary. Who am I? Who are you? Ah, Ms. Adventurous, are you calling with more suggestions? You have a filthy mouth, lady. You don't deserve to meet this man. Yeah? Well, you're the adjacent orifice.
She hangs up as the man enters with 2 cups of coffee.
Double no fat latte grande le fond.
What?
Double no fat latte grande le fond. That's how I remembered your order. I reshaped it to iambic pentameter.
You're a Shakespeare expert?
No, but theater is a love of mine.
Me too. I mean, really? What's your favorite play?
I'll give you a hint. In my wizened life, I've known countesses, handmaids, princesses, and geishas. But nowhere on this green orb has anyone captured my soul but you.
Moved, she stares at him.
Give me another hint.
He touches her hair.
I'm compelled to move one locket out of place. Not even a masterpiece should be perfect.
Royal wedding. Give me another hint.
You don't need one. You got it.
I know. Give me one anyway.
All right. Surely you know I love you, for it's true. Surely you know there is none other, for it's true. I am alone in this damp and darkened place. Come to me with your warmth. Come to me with your love. Come to me.
Oh my.
Is that from a royal wedding?
No, Bull Durham, Susan Sarandon.
She checks her watch and picks up the check.
I better get back to my real life.
Allow me.
He takes her check and exits, and his cell phone rings again.
Okay, adventurous. Hello? Who? Lady in waiting. Oh, no, he's not here. No, I'm not his secretary. But he did ask that I inform you that he will not be having lunch with you. That's right. No, I'm sorry, Ms. Waiting, but he's not available. How long? Perhaps for a very, very long time. Goodbye. Oh, Ms. Waiting, you wouldn't happen to know full-figured gal, would you? Hello?
She ends the call and rises. He enters.
It was nice chatting with you.
She starts to put on her jacket.
Allow me. There you are.
Thank you. I have always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Ah, streetcar named Desire. I think you're more Stella than Blanche.
No, I'm definitely Blanche, and you're more Mitch than Stanley.
Mitch and Blanche. Do you remember the end of Act 2?
Vaguely. Mitch and Blanche were on a date.
Yes. His last line is, you need somebody. And I need somebody too. Could it be you and me, Blanche?
And then they kissed.
He leans in, but chickens out.
But they hadn't just met like you and I. I really had better go. I don't want to stand up 2 women in one day.
Well, if by any chance she doesn't show, give me a call.
She gives him her card.
Goodbye, Miss Grumpy.
Goodbye, Mr. Reliable.
You can call me Steady.
He exits.
And you can call me often.
She opens her cell phone.
Hello, Mom.
And the lights fade to black. Thank you. And now for our final show, last but not least, we have Emily, Tom, and Jacob in a special occasion. And we need our waiter. There we go. The setting is a restaurant table set for 2. At rise, the man is sitting at the table impatiently, and the server is hovering.
I'll just wait until she gets here.
Very good, sir.
Sir.
The server exits. The man takes a legal document from his jacket and begins to read. He starts a phone call.
Manny, it's me. No, not yet. She's late, as usual. You know what? Put that in the settlement. I want back all the time I've wasted waiting for her. She wants you to represent her? I know we're all friends, but Manny, you're going to have to choose.
The server and the woman enter, and the man pockets the document.
Okay, Her Highness just waltzed in. Why does she have to look so beautiful? You know, she does that to spite me. Okay, well, maybe we'll settle tonight. Bye, Manny.
The server shows the woman to the table.
May I offer you something to drink?
How formal we are.
What time was our reservation?
7:30, sir.
And what time is it now?
8:05, sir.
And how many minutes between 7:30 and 8:05?
35 minutes. Don't be afraid to tell him. Tell him the difference was 35 minutes. 35 minutes of peace and happiness.
35 minutes, sir.
Of peace and happiness.
Uh,
Of peace and happiness. You forgot peace and happiness. Tell him.
Peace
And happiness.
and happiness. Would you like to see the wine list?
Peace and happiness. Yeah, I kind of remember that concept. Wine. Wine, you say? Would you offer a Band-Aid to a man with a severed artery?
No, sir.
I need something strong. Something really strong. Something that will take a man's mind off his troubles.
Bring him some hemlock and make it a double.
I'll have a martini, extra dry, straight up, Bombay, 2 olives.
Starting with a martini. Wonderful. And for you, madam?
The same. No olives.
You're both having martinis. This would be a special evening.
It's been a while. Are the restrooms still in the lounge?
Yes. Shall I show you?
They exit. The man looks around and talks to the audience as if they're sitting at the next table.
The old place hadn't changed much. I remember it looked just like this. I haven't been here in ages. Well, 25 years to be exact. 25 years. What the hell happened?
The server enters with the drinks.
Here we are.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Tell me, the waiter over there, is he married?
No, but
I thought not. He has an air about him like someone who just got his driver's license.
The man finishes his martini and starts to drink the woman's martini.
All he can see is the road ahead, leading to a bright horizon. Well, you know what's beyond that horizon? A brick wall. Now bring me 2 more martinis.
really?
Yes, really.
Fantastic. What could go wrong?
The server exits. The woman enters and observes the man from behind and afar. She speaks to the audience as well, as if they were at a table near her.
I'm sorry. I know you must have heard us. My apologies. It's as if I can't help myself. I don't know how I got here, and I don't know how to get out. You see, love drips out of a marriage slowly over time until the only thing left holding it together is desiccated cartilage. You are not aware of the process as it unfolds, but At least not the severity of it. Then one day the skin is punctured and nothing but dust falls from the wound. Slights, once piercing, become mere annoyances. He ignores you when you talk to him. Big deal. He forgot your birthday? Who cares? Seems to avoid sex. He wasn't very good at it anyway. Oops. Sorry.
The woman returns to the table. They stare at each other, retreat into their menus. The servant enters with 2 more drinks.
Here we are, 2 martinis.
What took so long?
Well,
The server looks to the man for help.
Don't mind her. In the lounge, did you say?
The man exits. The woman downs her drink.
would Madame care to order?
The woman swaps her empty glass with the man's and starts drinking his.
Not yet, but be a dear and bring us a bottle of champagne.
Would you like the wine list?
No, just bring the most expensive bottle you have. Tonight is going to be a special occasion.
Really? The most expensive bottle? Do you think the gentleman might like to choose?
Oh, I'm sure he would. Now go forth and seek that which I have asked of you.
Oh boy.
The server exits. The woman turns to the audience as if they're sitting at the next table.
Isn't our server cute? Oh, to be single again. How did this happen? Slowly, so slowly. Time clicks from hour to hour and day to day unnoticed. And then out of the blue, as they say, you sense it. A sort of stale, beery miasma that crept under the doors and through the cracks and settled on every aspect of your marriage. Nothing matters anymore. Fermentation is complete. And speaking of fermentation, where is that champagne?
She turns back to her table, removes a legal document from her purse, and makes a call on her cell phone.
Oh, hello, Manny. Fine. Yeah, we're here. The place hasn't changed a bit. Amazing. 1 minute we're on a first date, and the next thing you know, we have a grown child waiting on us at the same restaurant as we have our last date. Life. Go figure. I know, but what other choice is there? I feel like we're Thelma and Louise heading for the cliff, and there's no way to turn the car around. Manny, you're our lawyer, not our marriage counselor. He said, what? Choose? You're our friend. Why should you have to choose? He wants what? Manny, you're going to have to choose. I introduced you to your wife. The second one. That's right, I did. And not the person to whom I am married. The party of the second part. All right. How's it going? So far, I'd rather be at the dentist.
She puts the document away, ends the phone call, turns back to the neighboring table.
Are you married, darling? I didn't think so. You look so peppy, full of life. Are you peppy? Well, stop it. It depresses me.
The man enters and holds up stage.
Damn. Oh, oops. I'm sorry. I was just admiring my wife. Still gorgeous after all these years. At least in my eyes. They say you have a tendency to look at your wife through the eyes of the younger you, that she never grows old. I think that's true. It's like a power. Almost mystical. It keeps people together. But it's not enough. Nah, it's not enough. Stimulation, you need stimulation. Our lives lack stimulation. Well, at least mine does. I'm not sure about hers. Every night, we sit there in front of the telly, the beautiful high definition TV, watching God knows what. Rubbish in high definition is still rubbish. You just have a better view of the wrinkles and the moles. We don't talk. Have we forgotten how? We used to talk during the commercials. But then we ran out of conversation and switched to the BBC. Apparently our marriage cannot stand up to the power of the BBC.
Can you hear him? I can hear him. He's talking to perfect strangers about television. He never talks to me, but perfect strangers he can talk to. Television! What would we do without it, right? Every night, I at one end of the couch, he at the other, like a lump. Still, there is a comfort to it. And when he's away on business, I miss the lump.
She motions to the server for off stage.
When I'm on a business trip, I get to watch whatever programs I want. And I even get to turn up the volume. No compromise. But you know what? Right. I watch our programs. Of course, it's not the same watching by yourself. There's a comfort to the presence of another. And not just any other.
The server enters and comes to the table.
Yes, madam.
Tell him to stop bothering those people. Can you believe him? He can't stop talking. Doesn't he realize those people would like to eat in peace? I see you ordered the steak. How is it?
Your presence is requested.
Right. Just a minute. Did you hear that? My presence. Just what I was talking about. A presence. That's all that's necessary. You don't have to vocalize everything. After all these years, you know each other's thoughts. Just a glance, a look. I know exactly what she's thinking. And vice versa. That's special. I'm gonna miss that.
A presence. The comfortness of somebody in the next room. There's something to be said for that. He never talks very much, but he talks enough. You know, he's there. I'm going to miss that.
You know how the flowing of a river over many years can shape the land? So can the flow of a marriage shape two partners. Early conflicts, impediments yield over time. They blend into mutual experience, shared memories, embarrassing moments. You hope no one else will ever know. Tragedies, triumphs, they bend and intertwine us.
Common preferences, the same wine, the same politics, when you giggle, when you weep, honed over time. We are each other's acquired taste. How could he let this happen?
If only she showed me something.
If he did anything, he could have made a gesture.
It wouldn't have taken much on her part.
The man crosses back to the table and sits as the server pours champagne. The man puts a legal document on the table. The woman does the same.
Seriously? Really? Okay, that's it. This has gone far enough. You deserve each other. Mom, with no one to control you, you'll wither on the vine. And Dad, with no one to control you, you'll self-immolate in your first week by yourself. Communicate? Your silence is your communication. The looks, the tilt of your head, the raise of an eyebrow, the telepathic thought. Yes, you two have the mental telepathy of an old marriage. You know what each other is thinking without being told. You're like Voldemort and Harry Potter. You're like siblings. So let's stop this nonsense. You're stuck with each other, and that's not so bad. Dad, she's still a good-looking woman, and she takes care of herself, which is more than what I could say about you. And she takes care of you. You remember to take your medicine on your own? Or the date of your next doctor's appointment? Would you ever go to the gym without Mom pushing you out the door? You'd probably be dead by now if it wasn't for her. And Mom, look at him. Go on, it won't kill you. Look at him. Look in his eyes. You know what that is? That's love. How many times has this man refused you anything? 0. That's how many times. You need a sign? It's in his eyes. In times of need, he has been your nurse, cook, and chauffeur, your painter, plumber, electrician, your computer technician, accountant, and advisor. And I'm not going to mention the Saturday morning goings-on I wasn't supposed to know about, and I don't want to know. So grow up, the two of you. Count your blessings. And for God's sake, speak to each other. Go on.
They turn. They look at each other. They toast.
Happy anniversary.
The end. Let's have all the actors back for a bow. There we come. All right. Many, many thanks to our actors and our crew. Thanks, guys. And now for the promised announcements. First of all, hang on. There's me. First of all, we're really, really pleased to announce that thanks to your generosity, the mortgage is paid off. Yay to all of you. Now, next, the Oak Grove is announcing today its 68th season for 2021. Now, although the times won't permit us to quite get back to normal, we will be doing 3 shows this season. They'll be acted on the Oak Grove stage and streamed for our audience. The season is Private Lives, Forbidden Broadway's Greatest Hits, and Clue. Now be sure to check out our webpage, oakgrovetheater.org, for lots more information on the shows, the dates, the directors, and ticketing, and all those other things. And last but not least, very important, do check the webpage for information on virtual auditions. They can begin today, anytime through April 24th. So thank you all for joining us. We miss you all. We hope to see you soon. Bye for now.